Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
G'day folks from Brisbane, Australia. It's a hot one. Finally got a reason to do a video. Santa's been good to me. Here's a picture of me in the store playing Santa. Yeah, I know, got to do it myself. However, I've got to give credit to the missus. She actually talked me into this thing. So if you've followed my channel for some time, you would know that I've been playing with the idea of getting the Roadmaster, the Indian Roadmaster. I've been procrastinating for 2 years about this, and finally this Christmas Santa's been good and we got it. So I'll show you a picture, quite a few photos and a bit of a video thing of it in a minute. So that's the big news and finally a reason to do a video. So I've had it now for about 200 kilometers, 300 kilometers on the clock, so haven't even got to the first service yet. It's stinking hot at the moment here in Brisbane, so today is actually not too bad. It's a bit of an overcast day, but it's just boiling hot and you don't really want to get out unless you have to. On top of that, this particular bike, if you don't know, this particular bike has a heat problem. There's a lot of heat radiating from the engine, and there are measures that can be taken, which I'm going to have to because it's very hot. But yeah, so it's just hot to ride at the moment, which here we go, sun's coming up, burning my neck already. So without further ado, let's have a look at the bike. So here she is. That's my new bike. Indian Roadmaster 2017 in Burgundy. We'll do a nice slow panning around it. Currently she's completely stock. There's nothing changed to it. I mean, I just got 300 kilometers on the clock. So there's that screen only a mother can love. I'm starting to get used to it. It's one of those things, things grow on you. So I'm sure you people have seen this before, and I'm not sure why I even do this, but just do the usual panning around while she looks stock. I've added a wax to it to protect the paint a bit. I think the 2017 paints are apparently a bit better because they're painted now in this new facility that the Indian have. The old paints were a bit soft, so they said on the forum. So yeah, it's a gorgeous bike. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Look at that. This is actually now shady. I'm waiting for the sun to come out and you'll see that burgundy pop. It sort of turns into a dark red rather than burgundy once the sun hits it. Not sure you can see it now. Yeah, it just looks burgundy. But once the sun hits it, it turns into a sort of really nice dark red metallic, which is what it is. This is also nice, this chrome accent around the speakers. I love that. That's pretty cool. One thing I'm gonna do is change this big mother of an air cleaner. I mean, look how big this is. To me, this thing is just oversized. It just covers up too much of the cylinders. I like it a little bit smaller, so I'll probably go for the Lloyd's Arrowhead, which is smaller, plus also looks cooler. Adds 4 or 5 horsepower to it. So I'll do that. The other thing we're gonna do is, don't know if you can see that, there's a scratch right there. You see that? I don't know if it comes out, that scratch. Yeah, that scratch that was there from delivery. But Indian in Brisbane were really good about it. They actually gave me the money that it will cost to repaint the whole pannier, and it was like $800 or something, and I can just put some nice feather graphics in a strategical way to cover up that scratch and make it look good. So you get the custom graphics as well as getting rid of the scratch and maintain the color, the original color of the bike. Also going to put that the Pinnacle, I think they call Pinnacle pannier guard or whatever. I'm gonna get those. They're already on order. I'm gonna get the backrest, and the missus wants to have the armrest, so that's gonna get ordered. That's all there. I'm also going to get the half cover. There's a cover from Indian that just covers basically the seat area and the trunk. So you put this thing around the trunk and it just sort of tucks in under the seat here and protects the seat. So if you're parked in the sun, in the boiling sun, it protects the leather part. I don't even know which part of this is leather. I think some part is vinyl now and other part is leather, so I'm not sure which part is vinyl, which part is leather, but it's probably going to be good to be able to cover that up. And that should be easy to throw over because it's just a small one, sort of just a half cover. So that should be good. I've got that on order. And then, well, the old heat issue. We have, like I said, we've only got 300 kilometers on the clock so far, but I can tell you the heat is an issue with this thing. And in particular, if you look at it from here, if you look at it from the center, you can see how the engine, the cylinder heads is more to the right than to the left. So it's closer to your right leg than it is to your left leg. Also, of course, that big ass air cleaner is covering up quite a bit of it. So that means you get a lot of heat coming off that rear cylinder, also that other cylinder, both cylinders really. And then of course you got the cat right behind here. That gives off a lot of heat. So there's a lot of heat coming off this engine. And what I'm going to have to do is add a little bit of stuff you learn on the forum. Add a little bit of fuel to the mixture to make the engine run cooler. Fuel Moto have maps developed, so I'm gonna get that PVCX and reflash the Bosch mapping on there, and also probably get that Kuryakyn. There's a neat looking little Kuryakyn heat shield that just comes across here. I never thought it does much, but I just talked to a chap who's got it, and he said it makes a big difference. So I'm gonna get that because I don't really like the ones that cover the whole cylinder, like the Captain Crutch or whatever they're called, that covers the whole cylinder up. It's just that's not my style. I don't like it. I actually like the looks of these beautiful cylinder heads. So I want to maintain the look. And those little Kuryakyns, they don't cover much up, and if they help, so be it. It's only $70 or something like that. So even if they don't do anything, they look cool. So there you have it. Now a little bit of footage of me riding this thing, and all done and dusted. Tell me what you think. Thumbs up if you like my new ride. And I think in about, I don't know, maybe in half a year or a year's time, we'll revisit this and see what has changed. So what we're going to do now is just fire it up a bit to make sure we get the sound of what the stock sounds like. With stock filter, stock pipe, everything's stock at the moment. See what it sounds like. Because once I change the air filter and maybe other bits and pieces, it'll change the sound around. I'm not sure what the this is another thing. It just sometimes turns itself off. I think they need to adjust this. It's supposed to control its own idle speed, and this shouldn't happen, but it does. So it's just a little adjustment that needs. Actually, you can see now. If you look a bit closer, now that the sun's shining, you can see how the nice red pops. I hope that comes out on the camera. I mean, it looks really cool on the video. You see that? That's awesome. It looks really nice. Anyway, that's what the exhaust sounds like. Hope you get the sound of that, sort of in the middle here. Doesn't sound too bad already. So I'm not really into loud pipes, so that should be alright. Anyway, bit of footage of riding and then that's it. It's a wrap. There she is. My new Indian. Thought I'd make a video, short one, because people have seen it before, so it's not like it's never been seen before. That's what she looks like. Mrs. came along with her bike. Also a nice bike, no doubt about it. So yeah, pulled the trigger after all. And loving it. She's heavy, that's for sure. Ready? It's a great bike. What can I say? Speechless, really. Well, as you guys know, I've been procrastinating over this for 2 years, trying to work out, whether I can afford it, whether I should afford it, whether I should buy a bike that is this expensive. And about 2 weeks ago, Mrs. talked me into it. I guess she had enough of me constantly going on about, should I buy it, should I not buy it? So she just said, shut up and buy it. So, you know how it is, you don't argue with the missus, so there you go, done. So we bought it, and certainly not regretting it. It's a great bike. Not without faults, of course, little things here and there. But, nobody's perfect, right? The low speed behavior on this bike is absolutely marvelous. I love it. It just behaves so well. You can go down to 1000, 1200 RPM and it's not chuckling, it's not doing anything nasty. Unlike my bike, of course, which really doesn't want to be below 2000 RPM. It's just great. So, I mean, what can I tell you? We've had it for 2 weeks now, 347 kilometers on the clock. So we haven't even had the first service, still running it in. 800 Ks is the run in, 500 miles. But it's a great bike, very flickable for a heavy bike. 430 kilos is a heavy bike, but you don't feel it. It's really easy to flick.